Yeah, Liz, Luli, I got to tell you, I mean, we've surveyed a lot of our area, the surrounding counties. This particular neighborhood in Martin County, this is probably one of the worst that I have seen. It is just devastating to see home after home with some type of damage, and some of them, if you take a look behind me, look like that. It looks like a bomb went off inside. It's hard to imagine, but that is what was left from this home. Search and rescue crews had to go in there. They combed through the debris to make sure nobody was killed inside. They say they're about 98% done with that search part of this job, going house to house, making sure nobody is inside the rubble. That's just how bad it is over here. You showed Murray Middle School. That's just a few blocks from where I'm standing. It had the roof torn off, the band hall exposed. They lost a lot of the instruments and things like that. Some of the kids driving their bikes through the neighborhood, they've been all over the place. They're telling me just how bad it is. But I've got to tell you, a lot of these people in this neighborhood are blue-collar workers. These are hardworking people. Some of them tell me they have not been able to afford homeowners insurance. And the big question now is what's going to happen with them. And the community response has been overwhelming. People have been coming from all over just to chip in and help out, and they are putting the pieces back together pretty quickly out here, I got to say. They've cleared most of the debris and the rubble. I want to bring in our John Evanson, CBS 12's John Evanson, who was out here last night when this storm hit. John, the neighborhood tells me that around 5:45, the lights started to flicker, and that's when the tornado hit. What do you hear?
The common thing I hear is you hear like what sounds like 10 freight trains. The whole house shakes, and then everyone just prayed at that point, because you can see, I was a couple streets over when we arrived, about an hour after that. You could see the destruction a few houses over, but you could see the path. Like, some of these houses are completely untouched, and then you can see how the path of the tornado came through here behind us, and it was just a matter of just praying that it did not destroy your home or damage your home. And, when I arrived last night, everyone was still shell-shocked. Everyone was still trying to figure out what had just happened. But today, as I found out, of course, this is when the cleanup began.
People need to take this stuff serious, man. I mean, I took it serious. I thought I was all ready. I was ready for everything.
Tom Perusi had hunkered down in his Port Salerno home with his wife, preparing for a hurricane. Instead, a twister narrowly missed his house and toppled his boat upside down like a toy.
How it jumped, I just didn't even know how it did it. How could it come from back that way, jump over from here, destroy everything in the back there, not hit the house and go back through there? Matter of fact, he blew out his windows over there.
His neighbors across the street took a direct hit from the tornado. Everyone coming together today to lend a helping hand in the aftermath.
It's really everybody just like dropping everything and, get to work.
When people are in need, if my house is fine, I'm going to come help my neighbor, period, end of the day.
Some felt more lucky than others. A few neighborhoods over, Southeast Catherine Avenue was absolutely decimated. Houses completely destroyed.
I thought my neighbors were dead.
Terry Root was still traumatized today from what she heard as she was taking cover in her home last night, only to witness her entire street decimated when she walked out of her house once the twister had passed through.
I sat there like I couldn't even move. And then I had to go, there's people in the house. Post-traumatic syndrome doesn't even fit. I don't even want to be here for another one.
We've heard a lot of people describe over the past 24 hours the destruction that these tornadoes have left in their path, often describing these neighborhoods as looking like war zones. And to further that premise, the National Guard was called in from Melbourne to help clean up this destruction.
The National Guard's here. Everybody is working together to get it handled.
We got a lot of people out here doing what we can. But it's going to take some time. There's some people that lost everything last night, and I can't even fathom that.
Let me see something. That is tough to listen to, yeah.
Yeah, but the positive point of it, as you saw there, is in that one neighborhood with the flipped over boat, all of those neighbors were telling me that they never really knew each other before. They would see each other at Publix, at the gas pump. They all, would pass each other, say hello when they came home from work. But today's the day they all started to get to know each other, and they kicked into action last night. That's a huge positive to see, that when something terrible like this happens, right away, The people who live near you, who you might not even know, are the ones who come to your aid, and everyone kind of comes together.
I'm Jim Grimes. Click like and subscribe buttons if you want to see more stories like this that impact you.